no anybody. Okorwa a tray, let's say I'm a quarter 15 shillings. This guy is buying a tray at 450. But only gonna risk 25 shillings. He's putting away in 10 shillings. What if he's selling 30? I'm gonna 30. That's 300 times 2. He's doing like 600 shillings a day. So this money, omonto are very empowered. Lakini kenango kwa ebesa. Just look, if you remember ngabi educhi besa, mambia ebi akwa. We have several iru montatanga ikaranza ambaye buy 100,000. Iyo tumuna kiringa affirmative action yo mongina. Kero ko guchibesa chiri kachubwa ati byombe biri. Tibesa chiri as we speak you saw something kia ndareta go circulate kanga o chibesa nchiete go muntu ngo korobis. It try to circulate that. Kegaeta. Na
nekire to kwanira chibesa chiga gwatemere kumura na negati abali banya robo konyo Obaigwa.
Egebiya chete kure gumoisodega I have had some people complain. Muna bona nyari bali ne kuba complaining ha chibesa nchiacha lakini ntuntura rabese chiatu ikere muna chitake tutakete. So they have a very big problem in terms of distributing that money equitably. Yani kiro montanyore. So what we are trying to ask, it is not a bad idea, yes, korenta chibesa kusi, and we agree tikabachirente, but the best way, because serikali ekero korigereria investor yabo ekero nga the bottom up.
Yes.
Yeah, they wanted to ensure omonto olensaria onyare kobaka empowered at least neranyare gwekonya anyore ngeri aye nchirera makonya because omwana minto economical empowerment is of different neri chinjira chinyinge muno orega bono mwibulyo empowered you economically by ensuring okoirire school. Yes. Ogwakanire school fees. O ensure okubwatereire paka gwakore university. Bono muno ikaranstega Kirioko nyoregeke na kiko nyara koko move from point 1 point 2. So that means that's another empowerment. Abaibuli baito bakorereta abana babo. But here is a case mwibuli naro tariko nyara wakando mwana wa school fees. Chitarigo isana. Mwana akoseri kwa maybe UK university. Oika segete chibes chebro chaka go differ. How do we assist such kind of a person? Because nabwato bongo, nabwate mind, nabwate projection ngetayo chikokora. How do we assist such kind of people? How do we empower them economically? That is what we need to get kurigereri na kitoko kora.
Buna ekiroko ligereri ya urugongoro egarwa gusi abantu abangenka ibaingirete barabasa gusirwe. Osekero obokonyo buraga niko yananwa buno obo nchiraki baranyare gusirwa. Nsemo kiengerete.
Literally tusikuriyo mwana mintaba sabange abangi na barega ali ebinyoro mbale very by them barekera bintu. That is why normally mwana mintokero kurigereri gachya urigereri gusiye ito. Omojumbe kerachire atebirenga na akorira matangaya ndate gukwana na inwe. Kware most ina chinjira chinga kichinyinga abangi na babiburi baito bagwe karanzigo baramburi wa magoro waye gusiringa 200. Tell me after 200 shillings siria tumira matukabere what next? He'll be waiting omojumbe nenda chacha. Understand? That is not the best way. That one shows nga abangi na nabasa bange batigirwa se ase enchera babwente kobekwa se baye project program gete ose a plan gete ros yuko taka kobakonya of which to konya bonds, but we want at least a good number banyare wikeru bakonya abuna bantu no bara a bit vulnerable babwente kokonya because kero koriya mangane empowerment is about giving and it is normally buronge ebekire nga these are vulnerable families babwente kokonya nanda bali batali kwenyara babwate firengere lakini batakire kusuguma so that at least
ase gusirwa kwabo totebe buna bao krobo nchorire nchira kirbanya ko gusirwa ikiagera kero tukurire buna chi county au kero kurire ya sense mo ya gusi ebintu mbere abantu bago kora ubonchorire mono usase na rokonyoranga mba chinguru nchiraroro baise gusirwa bia abarabe bia bintu kiebiga biranyare kumurekerwa kegima tuise kwa ndenchira tute abanyabiasara probably mna bayiboli abangina bako ni chingeni na rara bange sana babwate need yoko ba empowered kwa gutibesa mbara okonyora babwate chishairo kyabo igangega bako na need most 2000 shillings 3000 shillings but where any faida ya 20%. That means abantu bari willing and very honest. So itoise konyore keranga abantu aburonge gatuba ikaransi babe queen groups bamanya guchaka ko konyeka koegwa either babe supported financially because chibesa nchiro. Yes. Chibesa nchire serikali sana. But abantu baikaranse baye guchibesa echo but chimanye chibwati we kere bayirwe batenga ikiyombeke twabere 100,000 shillings muchakire but bayirani without an interest. Understand? Go say probably no never get any interest because they are willing. By interest is reasonable to them. I know through that we can be able to create impact in us abanyabiasara. We say ko research also case ko gari obori. you live and feel boka na obako gotebi inje bone nte konyora rinagu kurumugonga ngocarire lakini timbu atibesa na kingokora I need gaki only 93,000 shillings. Why does your konyora very humble at the choice? Because na rochenga gaka una with this amount she will try na baguri agonchora na chibesa chiria anyal kora baga orosirie faida no na yo mwana mintokero kurigeria you can be able to converse that it is happening, it is all over. Abantu isiko gambari willing gukora ibiasara mbari willing bakorerwe that empowerment but nga kitoko be empower onya bara ibaito they've not accept to come and but in another center but get that problem critically by very honest by very fair bakonya abantu baitu
abara ye batari fair gusena ekero barorekanire bunani go bago direct amajukumu gose chinguru chiri babwate pone go to the wrong direction
nsego kwa example kemo just look our neighboring country muisonda ya nyoro borai ekorokunga Burkina Faso what is happening there abantu bali they are being empowered seriously onya kubwato mugondo the government has given this option yani baateringa ayemuno kwenda kulima ngoko wato chi tractor ngoko wato ra moyo but after the production kelikuwa sokiri kelikia rukuru mugondo we can be able to take a percentage out of it bamanyirenga ngakitoko konya basaba ikabale batabugata chigas they've just come up with what we call pharmaceutical industries bonege bakwa roseria mariogo abo then baonia origereri mu muroria what is doing erebone ego chakirente ketogote ngente kia abantu kwego bamenyo bakobera batari konachwa you see is empowering because kero monda ko a shelter that is one of the basic need utari wagotenga soaga iga obero tutamira kende then yokonyense ko group yes but what is happening it is opposite bonega is being empowered na kerto kurishinyomba gendo rigeri you saw the president akoro chinyomba chiri chonspi lakini umuntu utogeto ni
mbara bibago so chinyomba echi
kisa nabantu bali abanyana bamanya ine boka muna chinyomba chigosoka muna yejo gukora nyanjwa I don't fear to say that no chorora ngaki muntu kyogoso onyora umongino kurusu kinyora lete nyomba nere gaswe we only get those people bagochira bachirent out. Yes, the same national housing nyomba cyagakire ngumbuga echi abantu bakombo eta ngumbuga bantu kibachiko they bought it expecting akanyora bali faida bono babeka abantu bakombo. Understand? People want to do business with the government in a different way. So that is where the government should stand in. We are giving these houses, we are not deducting by Kenya, but whatever we are doing, we want to assist these people who brought us into power. But they are assisting abantu badia boka bawe konya
bali na nechi.
Yes.
Na abasaye kiro to kwana abasaye ndo chenga serikali yanya litukulira yo kulika abasaye wikira ekirengo ki milioni emo abakenya banyore mirimo akira so mwaka ekiro tukulira ase chinga kechika bado abasaye bakolera okotera nkoli mirimo tiyo
bona what is happening the poverty index is rising obotaka bweito percentage obotaka ebongenrete ko ndego. We expected the president akore miracle siria kwanet but there is nothing mwana mtura akoro mananga ki ngomo ambina akorete bintebe. What is doing instead is just pushing these people to the corner. One, and go increase the taxes to these people. He has no agenda probably kora te ntonga ngobayira no muchikwa cha chinyomba abana bakorete those skills kwa batengo chole ko baga chinyomba bacha yakobuguri. That is how you create 1 million jobs after chinyomba chirichira ranka ibagochi. You see there is a way you create job opportunity by ensuring bona torega abantu bonega nko araba chakire comment ro abantu abakora chi TikTok montako ni bintu bya through simi understand bona still the government is getting to these people.
Yes.
Inga kirioko ni banda che tax. Other countries don't do that. Go to Uganda moina no Museveni kari dictator. Things are very cheap. I was there. We used to enjoy tora banafunzi. But kerogo chaga origere that is why now the poverty index it is rising. And do you know the effect? Kera poverty index ekora is a society.
Chumega ndrete kuba.
Pone abantu baito they accept to do anything for them to get money. That is why mwiso de kwara bagote banga Kisii county it is one of the county hereditary asamanga HIV. Bantu bandrete ko they say nere tangaina. Do you know the reason why? How many parents believe bakuira bana university ya Kisii university? Muna bantu wabati intake ya 15,000. Yende gacha 17,000. Tell me those kids vale almost 15 plus that one, we talk about 22,000. Genda Kisii National Polytechnic, they are about 15,000. Those kids come from vulnerable families. 90%, in fact 80%. What do you expect your man oria? Tatu mwabago struggle, tabu hatibesa, ochirega osoire, then he gets the bagote basege soeli. Bantu wali babuhate. But
na nekero bono tukumurikira abasae korwa igasi rugongo rwa Gusii inse iyo muroberi buno yega umukoji wo murayi bwensagenderete abasae ba Gusii barapunchira kibaranyare gusira elinde banyare kwigwa ngama ene mbarime ya serikali kose banyoriro gokonya.
I think if they could do again tukerie mu skekini yonda korete eko mu muro yakora mheshimiwa Oscar. That is what they can be able to do. I wish waengo uligiririga ndi uzi example tukio mujumbe o Kitutu Masabe ngoko. He came with a strategy. Oko ngoko oko arigena oko anege ntukerio chingoko chikoriera. Akakira his akaji family. That is onye individual ngoko rabayo. Here is a government. Bona ende ngobori in every sub county obalentere chihacha chimashini chiricho turagya magena. Obeke in every sub county totabe isano. Then you set those centers. Abantu bali bahewe chihacha richiko hachi amagenari. Then ebichuchu biri bigosohoka you don't even need. Ayibona ko baye bichuchu na kubategenda mo chaka omonte wichu ne 100 200. Yeah, you understand? Bali enkari. Don't you expect those people will do wonders for the change magima? They'll be busy. Understand?
You know
that thing within 21. Say you are giving them 10 machines. How many it comes out with almost 200. Vichuchu biko rugali. Ayetebanga kuachiro muchionko abana 50 or 20 tutebe no 30. As we speak, give a reasonable number. Yes. Those people will ensure abarendire. And then they can be able to make something out of it.
Na nekero tokorigereria Gusii nere asobole misana.
Yes.
Abasaya bangeti manyitingo se banyare go korigereria mangana yobole mimono.
Bateme gondo ya butora ndi abere chipis. What you get?
Ase riemeke bipisi biriye kena kya basaya baranyare go semigwa irinde ko se banyare go sirwa irinde megondo no eba yakeire erieremeke.
No, what they'll do. That's why I was saying even now tendo keringa what is happening in Areba country. You see, megonde ya keire. Nkoye gubali pake mbusuro kiregendo. But what I could expect is abasaya baito. Bakora rugendo yokoro kwa n'abana bwate professionals baba ikaransi. Baba tebi ebintu toranyare go smeka maybe to smeka no ane chingeni. Chiri chikwa mabwango. To smeka no ane chindania because chiro chindani nerega to smeke biasi. Understand? I saw one friend of mine okoro ku Victor obegete endani sa kegoto. Abakorusa rusbacha bagora ohirabuonia. Orosia bese hai. But much of our youth as we speak they feel bada baiboli baito babwate feeling eringa tidikora watera mugondo ayenchies mugondo. So much of them they believe what the parents bako harvest kor mugondo. So that is is another hindering factor. Etarigo konya bana baito abakusaba saiba minto batu are moyo rio mugondo. But again to batagete literally kenene obarigeri into ke generate income very fast.
Ntubwate bona mangana technology abantu abasaya bangi mbabwate chisimi mbabwate chi laptop lakini okonyaranga marangi nchiri gutumeka senjire wenerete serikali aro otikonyara gutumeka enchire yo kubakonya kose kubasira.
Mbabwate, but what is happening and they can be able to give credit where is due na rere serikali ya chakira connect into yokoro kwa chi wifi. Because each and every homestead now they are getting some connection about it. But again, if they are well used, understand that is the truth. If they are well used, because much of them, what do they do? As we gave you a monument, we are trying to put content. You see, most of the time, the TikTok, people want to do content. And which type of content are they doing? But why don't you use that platform as enjerendonge maybe aso kurigeria ebyasara ore the nechi yanga you can even take chiango watch yake tari chiao monto bwate duka kwira kero wakodo monto na bako online you just go that shop kwanyore commission yao. That's how I wish they use it when you tumia century. But literally naro, to be very honest, abasaya baito they should need to move babwante kurwa se wo create a content at least it will create a value. Understand? Because you use data, you use all your energy, you use everything, but what do you do with that content? So the content you expect to have a copy, you can copy your mondongo. I've seen several guys back on Chianga, Mondago beke yang kapisa, chi sweatpant, chikobi, and then he's selling. Now come agressive, we're putting on mintonga yon. When you're no more, koyo, having carried thick. Kwanyora
mwana ndale nyomba tabwati duka but nyomba begete mu muzigo okorentera. I think that's ono inerenjera banya tumia positively so that other kwenye tumia negatively. Yeah, but it will assist, it will help them to
into bwata buna bono nandenge wetengana omo konyi bo murabensa agosingira neria ICT hubs. Kirokenda abantu abange mbali gochi bamanya ICT hubs ngichiko konya nande magachaya na yange njoki.
Muna bona na rabo machoka ali bakorosia ICT hub enene mojumba alifanindo chonye chakire. But my worry is will they get time to sit there? You see omwana minto nabenge chire kwa gacho.
Kirogene ningi kira se ICT hub se chomwe mwancho muri na
you see the ICT hub when we speak in fact it comprises nabenge nse uroje nsengi magabu that you can trade nsengi ma globally
or
access anything. Yeah, because you can see taking kone bali chianga. Through that is a contact. You can create that network no montore taki. You tell him have a market, a big market iga ninde ngakingokora. Then you agree, two of you. Then okonyora mwanyore through the government because nkwana nabale such a how do we call mokoba sponsored probably ekiombege chikantega. Then you can go to those countries, see what they are doing. You can be able to interact. Mokore biasara. Moros chibes. But now my worry is yes, SICT hub nkoro suwere. But much of our brothers and sisters kwanyora njese itombo mbogirango. You know I'm not there. Kwanyora mbali se Italia ya bekirwo. I expect them to get that benefit out of that ICT hub. But what the akibona beke. I expect chinza chiria munabona abana bafunzi bako ende holiday. Let it be something keko bakonya. Babe trained, bate bwo bujabwabo. Understand? Keraba sikira bate abana mo gukora mo ende. Normally get tonkora bako ende study is all about computer packages. Understand? Yoke. But they don't know deeper how important is it keremu bate ICT hub within the society. You link n'abantu bande, you get to know what is happening in another country. I've seen people go to Nairobi just here. Bintu bibia chips ngwa karorega. Badu ba oenda kwibera. Kerimo ko bekero bia siga montako niga mwali bwangu mwagenda. It is now coming to Kisii town and it is working well. So those are some of the things we expect kere to ko bekero ento keria to korgerere what is happening.
Nekero okukwanira obosemi oboiga kero kenda basaye mpaganeti ko tebererirwa nga ebinte biga gusije ICT hub se chirachi gokonya ganaiga ngo bwene tukopa obosemi oboiga ekiagara bona abana ikegoria gekena iko mubaruri koromono.
No, to be very abantu bari kenyoro. You see kero tubwata bagambe baito bakorangiria abantu nga abasaye because kero mo chief naro. And in this location ntubwata abantu ba bakorunga the opinion shapers bari kenyorogali. They even go to church, talk to them. Tukwa naba bantu bari se kanisa tubwata abasasiroti baito tubwata chipasta cheito tubwata bantu bagotegererwa baba kwande batenga yaya no nyamwachaga twakokire buyamole nainde mukuruga mwaenda mwa gentonke guru moino ga gyanduki geko bakoy. Through that they want to know. I know there's that curiosity. Now bagotaka korra baenda bamanyeni ki then if they see a importance nero but they'll get into that. Through that they can be able to engage humanity. Yes.
Mbiyamona sana na esemero beriega ndo chinga chikanisa ngo siruchire sana funa tokurigera boma choge ya chache chikanisa goika emerongene nchabete chigo changirwa ubuye bwo changira chi kanisa asya matuko bunaiga ekero abantu abange no nyabashirika babo cyase chikanisa icho bakoraranjana abantu batobwatie besa abantu abange ba concentrated kogende kanisa lakini babwate mechando bakogenda ko kero kendo gusaba koseme chande ne kuswani ubuye bwo changira chikanisa probio
ngwara chikanisa abantu bakorwana ncheranya koranga abantu kurwana bonya kerogo kwarore binte yantu bagwitana kapisa abande nkwegwete moisondega ichuni bakwanete kanisa abantu bakorwana birogo. The reason why bakorwana maito boke mbole mutwa chibese chinda toko okonva yani to very realistic wete kanisa sa dance to botata bwento korere cheche but inko iburi chibese chaso ire kanisa kwate bungantu achange kanisa 1 million kanisa injanya korunza but if somebody akwa 1 million bonega wakache kanisa kanisa you ensure kwa nyitiriko what is happening chibese chiri the moment style chigotumekwa the management team iri mutugari ye kanisa they're not doing their role asencherere ndonge and that one let it be said. I've seen ye kanisa kwagachwa etanya kohera but isi kuri chibese bachangiru it is almost to a tune of 10 million baota chichuma chiabe kunsari chero yatira sirini yerero twamanya otenga tuchakeru muchango nende tuchange tupatagetera 2 million bayimurire bachangirwa monne bwenzo cyo bachangira gari then inka yego kora kuki. So I don't see the management area but a bit fair kirabako kuchibesa. I had even no mheshimiwa Timothy kakukwa na kira yango changa otenga kero kende tokorwe nibo yaito kere tuanyerure tuamanyango chire ko kolegas lakini tuanyoranga kanisa tikosuka. Yes. Omanya go congratulating oyere no monto miya because okare ndoki asa ikiri kanisa we can agree but to be very honest kanisa chinyenge cheru mechango and they don't move management yako tanga papa kana chibesa chiri chiko tikara chiko kwanye kanisa ne chinke. Yes,
na kira to kumurikira bona abajumbe baitu kurase orogongoro ikarwa gusi nere buya concentration ya bonga obokonye bwabo bosoe asichi kanisa yet into bwate buna bono chiskuru chinyinge chibwate mechando okay intori kurwanio achi kanisa kusiro lakini ekiro konyoranga priorities inga ichibwana tokupe kwantu bwate chinye gitari chibwate mechano tubwate chiskuru bado chire bobe
omate mangane ya kanisa is not part of the mandate yo mujumbe. Because as a member of parliament, what you give is what you get. If you want to give 10% of your salary, give it. But the mandate yomo jumbe no kuenishua arua asugumeli chiko oversight ya serikali. Understand? Because chibeze chiko cha na role patron. Asagwente ko priority yanene no gukorera abantu bari gas. Abaye chiskuru birasi ebya banafunzi baito banyore a conducive environment yo gusoma tari birasi bindo kwenda kwanyora because na kumikana igonga kirasi ngero kwanyora kira matobe bakabono
mbirara no
iso yes na CDF ko gwere chibesa na tu mbapegete a priority anene na mangana infrastructure yani kuagacha chiskuru understand the other thing no ko ensure abantu abakwa bayire basari ekine kimo jumba gwenta kusingatia mono abantu baito baye kuchi basari bagachirwe birasi you even see no nabantu bagotolenda basigari batabuga ati chinyomba and still chibesa nchire maria CDF kiti wenda karendoki wenda gutumia kubagachira chi police station chief's offices understand na tu mojumbe nabwate special kiti kyo konya the vulnerable families apart from the 10,000 chiri akuru basari nabwate opportunity ni ekiti kyo konyo mondole toto ofan guso at least mondari kwenyara akonywe chibesa chire reasonable omwana yaruga achabo mondo. That is the mandate. But giving a priority back to the church, yes, it is, but it is not. Terigento tola tebanga ki ne priority real. A priority is empowering omwana olio ensali. E kanisa nche nguru ndo mochango. Yeah, it's supposed to be personal contribution. Yeah, not state resources.
Ne kero kende mechange yonye yasoire kego genda si chikanisa mpakora tarinde materials okubuli okwane.
That's the reason ngo tebanga. Yes. Ebintu imoko tebanga ne kanisa ngatu yani not I'm sorry to.
Kwa abantu cash.
Kwa abantu chibesa cash tari konya. Yeah. Ntebi chibesa ziri kwa banki bako.
Kanisa balete chisimiti balete mechanga.
Balete chisimiti balete mechanga balete chichuma na ende batebe na tuwabaire pako mu engineer kwa gache kanisa. Yes. Tuwa 10 million ko set 5 million tigatotu miye chibesa icho. Tonyoro mu engineer abaye PQ. Kanisa chako balete ne design. Batimba agotaka. Bagotaka. Mondo teo ondeta yora take bata
mwacha. Kero mondo mukeriali. Na ase okwenyorero pokonyo boiga. Timanye tinga nchira kibago chibatumeka korigereria byombe biri bwane tegosirwa oko register magana yayo ko register byombe gusembi ntoki ba ukwa
inkurigereria bare ko ndora ali se registration of chingaki snara ba ko register ebyombe ebyo kwa umare chisati bintu biro bakurigereria bari members keregento ba verify bakora kwanyora ndo wate byombe bire registered wate ba certificate but what normally happens so one minto chibesa chirikera chigocha ebyombe biri yokonyora omuntu oyo okorwa gote bare ngange ekyombe but ekyombe kabantu babekire they've never given enchera yo verify nga ekema no muntu nekene abekirega because most cases ebyombe biranga byeru chibesa
bako tento bwate members baegwa 50,000 100,000 kwanya ngano muntu amako benefit era bari kereta marieta ngari agaichuria marieta lakini ya benefit ne rebuyeka ayo kosa bwireta ne ID kwabeka ireta ne ID because tomanyeti ayebabeka baenda muina ali bago saineri kwanya la osaineri ID yetumekire chibesa chisogeta and who does that? Yes. Bono monte go verify. But go tenga ki na nko ba to chibesa. Ba makore impromptu ntu ba ite chibesa. Can you bring the members? Go seba to those contacts ba kere members because I saw somewhere achi wako. Bakanyora bantabu mbayo. Understand? So go verify umanyanga chibesa chiachira saronge is at least from the word go. No ko manyanga abantu abambara ibako kuchibesa n'abanyakiro gabambara bi nkayibago toka ability abonere then you give them chibesa. But what is happening? Everybody is getting chibesa. Okay, no, so long as ndo umusani yo kuruchibesa, you tell me feel process yekombe. Digia abantu namba bera ibeka. Kere ko abekire baika 10 kwenana. That's what is happening, to be very realistic. Abantu bago chibesa. That is wastage of money. To go chibeka chibesa se chitari ko cause any impact. So we need to change, we need to improve.
Na nekiro tukuri ka kiro kende biombe biga ko seme changu bunega ageko era ko sibago eta se chinse mochonsi etokenga ba coverage constituency chiri bari getie kyagira ndoche nga atari constituency chonsi bago talira ekiro bago chokora ko chitalira okagerete nga au maonchoreria narorekane
tayo manongrogosi maonchoreri tayo maonchoreri
bese chibesa kananga chakolire mbere
chibesa kwani ngoro chibesa chinyi last time na keruta enkuri kichukura chikanzere ngaitana nit how much was he giving 10 million, 4 million. That don't have any impact created. Baby get about it. Can to express and to correct. It was just maybe a sarabia. Yeah. So what we are trying to say as a engineer, let us always learn to do things in the best way, the best practice. Keretoka kuchibesa, tikatumanya bantu kibaga kuchibesa, na kichibesa chigutumeka, na kichiwe keromo ndolensari. At least nana you just feel ubura ibuwa ombu yabole lakini kero kuri chibese kanisa ko chanda bobe
na mane buna bago te wanga chibese chige chire rotational echigo ikiwo anya buna bono chiachete South Mugirango abantu bali mwaegwa marieta ali ato kwali mwakunugento geke nande chemo kiuchira si chero bo machoga koraro chiru nyali bali masaba no
tinta tikori bolimo tinda confirm gente tinta tiaro ndio bolimo tinda confirm
na nekre tukuri yamanga industrialization na koko tebanga kusinto kunyara gutwara industries gusechi factory chisaine chirafasa gukonya abasaye na boiga abantu bokonyora wainse abalemi bonse bantu bonse
chakera South Mugirango nibwate ekorokunga not even imesi chakera eware
yes
eware nere South by the is nere the best soapstone in fact in the entire world. But what is happening with the leaders? They allow Maginaria Ruswaria, Soka Botuko, and Aonico. I've been making those complaints around. Senator Nyonkana complained and take you. He complained in Parliament. Yes. He has given the Minister for Industrialization. He told him the truth. What is happening? When to call value addition, now Abanteba and Retacol Russia, but you call value addition outside Kisii. So that is why Togotebanga, if our leaders, because that thing now, if our leaders from the county government, make serious restrictions about the area, it will create a very big impact as I want to. Two, MSC. Bonega, abantu baenda go suguma mangane MSC, tari serikali. Ekurukunga the private abanta muna babo, how do you call? Kwa ramna monto muna rai. Those are the people bonega babugate chief factory ni chief factory mata. But those are their own factories. They manage them, muna batagete. To kunyara go benefit out of that. Understand? Because nena megete policies chai. That's why we say serikali ya ngwanja. Chief factory chiri muna bonega tureka because governor na tebete muna goso. Na bugate very serious network ku China. Kolentare chief factory ga chinyinga sana.
Emiake tatu ya.
Emiake tatu teyo. We've not seen anything. Soapstone yeri atebete na bugate nchire ko konyo. But bona abantu bakumana jiriga na riria n'abantu batari kuru asali because we had monta kwanda boye order ochaga lyo bachi abantu origora a cost eri ansali but kira ko lyo 1000% 1000 times the cost eri agora gali and they can be I can tell you, and I've got even that evidence that I can go substantiate here. So what we are trying to request in Keringa, utakamokonye software industry chikine, let the government paikaranza bine ribata tenkoros bale nyangweta babekera abantu bali imesine mengero bona abantu bagwire chagari bagwesiera amesa soko ira tambe wacha wakana wosemesi wacha kutura after 18 months. So there is no much benefit out of it. So we ensure rende asama ngani yesukari ntoko okay ndete gotabanga ninyara umono, but we have a very serious concern namangana yewale. Yes, ewale it is being exploited badly. The other thing here chire emete eyega abantu abachina bachira turuche abachina barega bako guriyo monto etani egari ichire 3100 waiki machine yaba crashed bari gukora vari addition yabo gari banye siba banye beka muna chi block bagenda you had bako ira Europe wacha ko baroseri binte imoko gora very costly. Understand, that's another challenge egwente kurigero. But what is happening, I don't know whether those guys bako and ba compromise bantu be environment isikurigero libonega ebintu biri bako rusi batika para gari. Still, it has not assisted our people as expected. Let those people do value addition. Asomo gusiale, aliyesaba kubutora. Tikore faga nini? Na ntobanyanga emete tokonia. Ya ende factory. What are we benefiting out of it? Taringe emete yacha, ya butoru, ya ba crashed, ya bekwa, ya ko wisko. Why? Understand?
Na butambe osekero to abiri tukurigiriria li amatoke akurugusi njira niraranyare gukonya omo remi kurwase chinse mochagusi. Nabo igontu bwate buna bono avocado ebintu binde bingi ebintu ne bingi ngano nye migundo teiyo ebintu mbiraro umugusi okonyora ngana abwate biro binchira ki nchira nere bikokonya
muna bona avocado ya
itokerera abantu bagutugutera bakone yasirigurire ri
muna avocado ya itobonega
yes
eba kwarura Kisii nere bwa the best avocado, Kisii nere bwa the best banana litoke rieto tingane ri bachite kolenta ebwate litoke ndro I understand litoke kwa lilioko ngaliyo muguzi. It's very sweet, but what happens tuatetunga nkwa gutore a factory rogoroga yokoro scripts. Understand, it died. It is a white elephant at the other side. Avocado industry, understand, korenta bar hash avocado abantu basmeke they gave it, but who are given na rocho soro ga kurwa na rocho governor ga kwena naga. So these ash avocados, are they enough? Because when somebody else set a factory, it means we want to go to the raw materials chisaine. To want to go to kapsa ku harvest. Is it enough for us?
Mbara bibako yeri bono ngogende to kuyeri umugusi. Rai usena bagusi abanyene. Because
abagusi abanyene they are playing a very key role.
Yes.
Kueita. But at the same time nabara ibaito should stand at the center and say yeah bantu baito gente ngiriyo to gokia mo kwara chi avocado mwabe karia abantu bacha kubuguri chi agenda. Kera bako, and how much do they sell that avocado? Nairobi. You buy it and almost 100 shillings avocado. Keko in the iskongo goto montako ora kere kuru wa eko packed. Yeah, and outside the country in America they buy it at 400 shillings. Why is it that tibagato koros then toros elgue chiro chi avocado chibe well packed chigenda isko I watenga ki ya ntubwate center sababu sangria avocado onyankisi rogorarikari chemurwo. Then after once twice a week chiaba chiru. Then avocado ilikuwa kuna 100 shillings 150 shillings. Yes, wapi per gram. Yes.
Pono policies bunecho se amachiko buna yara chiko kine industries echo ose ebiasara bunebyo. Abajumbe bago to fail kusemuraiki mbaraiki babonete ko tinabo konga samangana.
You see, when we talk about leadership, it means zinga ayomurai na ayomoroke lienchera. Kokora bali kasi they don't do that. Yeah, I expect kero tenne to tenga ki oikaransi abantu baito kwa to be very honest gotakaturu sio botakobo. This is what we want to do. Tika kusukutira avocado chaino. Tika kokora ebintu imokora. Tuabalike iri echiro because the government can get a market for Montolensa. And that's what we expect. Once you do that, you even improve the revenue yense yao. Understand? Chi avocado chi chiko genda value ungo kunyora. Either another county in Nyamira, yani in Nairobi. That's why they go bound. Echo gono ewa kwa nyinge gari. That's why you see bari Nairobi na oba kwa much of the produces chito kuruga. Because bono chi avocado na oba kwa MSC itoga the sweetest sugar is in Suneka. Understand? Mesi elia bantu barenga bakonyetaka. Kwa nyakora squeeze mosi yoko rusugo biko karatasi kwa 100 shillings. Wanyo worth 20 shillings. Yeah, that's what is happening. So the beneficiary nechi middleman. But before to take a middleman, we expect abantu baitu bakorwento civic education, whatever, how you need to improve your economic base. Na kibagwe konya. But that one, no, who has the chance of nature? There's nobody.
Twarore ne chichiro chigo changirwa. Aiga se orogongo rwagusi na chinse mochinde
chichiro.
Yes, asinse ya Kenya. Ukuri huna iga gusi. Na buko gumura ya gochote na note banga ichire yeiga ninche mpakorere bintu gete gusama gacho gete na chaikirane. Lakini giro kurigirelia at the moment. Ichiro ne raroro oranyare kurigirelia otebenga amaine ichire yeiga ne ikerete ke wangu kerikega ne museye kerero. Nchiraroro.
Kada nyakoe.
Yes.
Yenda mutonto. What else has done?
Yes.
Yenda roli yenda cross buyonge. Yenda roli yendo mudishuma silvana sia kora obugirango.
Understand? Onekero okumurikira chichiro bunecho. Ntubwate chinde bado chire in bad conditions.
Yeah, we have.
Inki kibwana te cross abara.
Muna bwana Nyamarambe.
Yes.
Ai imbu yangu ananje kuro kini ngorata Nyamarambe bonega asaba yankorire chiro bayiru maega ya disi. Chibeni babekeire. Ba ngaki. Emete babekere you see kero mongno lyako ni bintu byaye afbra kembra kere aturinga yako enda kubigami but kero kurigereria echira rosiri mutonto bonega that is ekoro ko modern market you obugata soko gache bintu byao chichikaba tomorrow say and two that is a market embura ni etone etatu you keep on with your business role chire daraja mate gari. It has created a very big impact. Abantu baito bakabekire para abatu nowadays na bako swama ali wa park wa kora shopping kwenda that one I can give credit where is due. Understand? So chichiro njiro mna bantu gukwana but wise kwenda uchibo machoge ruguru they are complaining bangina bali bako ni ngakitukuruka nyacheki usenya cheki asali
bwache chiro enkoro sana mya miruka ekara kero ko bakorera
Baraba, you know the problem is that's why sometimes we say it depends the leadership yaiterega. I'm sorry to speak this. The president abanta ko igwera maybe bali bako moikera. Let's say Jafet ngo moikerale osoro ngo moikerale zairi ngo moikera bali. What about abandi batari ko moikera? They don't get those. It's like these services are being given muna kiyoko ba close no ne president. That's why we say naintu. Yes. Bonega abantu baitu chine babaro chemoina. They are getting services just because babugato bomo no mora yobo nambe. We also saying naintu totu aroyo ito so that omojumbu litari ko ikerwa omwana mintako no negotiate on the table abantu baitu anyore bintu. Understand? So that's why chire chinanga bone chire kirase but bone chire yamo nago tebiere bugirango etako chire ndere ga mutuntu chire rere buyonge eisitabo yo na yamo yo kerosiri kayere omachoge. Understand? We are talking about chicken-MTC. Understand? So those things are being done. How affiliation yonga yo nga kire tu monene wins. Understand? And there are some people but over touch with that party. Understand? So okonyo akere boy kagalia nani acha kupinga paka bajobe ngo twara bale nkurwana bale boka. I expect that inge bawe karanza basa bebe ndamo but nkurwana bale. Anyway, ebine chiseki cyabo.
Abanjumbe. Kwanza ngani yiga yabarai gotabwatira na muno korigire ko chagusi meti chinse mochinde ngo nyorore ngabarai ababe ime serikali osemba abororo ne baba le kurwa chinse mo chionsi che serikali konyora ngangu bwatira na bali gosibate mo kwana serio geri mekere bintu biko gendaka mbali gwechanda muno kiagero nyangu sine county ya Kisii bigocha na ubiko konya bonde lakini usikwa nyoranga baka kiro monta gotaka wiateri keginga kya yote banche gutakira mbuone nchengo gamba genche na kolire bikanebi.
I don't think that is the best way to go.
Yes.
Yeah. When you guys move chamo, you succeed both of you. You see those things they don't come to your home. They came to the home of Kisii. So I expect that 9 members of parliament of Kisii and those others from Nyamira. It sounds with a lot of respect. It is not good kwenda because I already very close no nini waikaria wasikira abande baba ya very hard for them then but me excuse maybe oya agora ame serikali oya akorengenteke you see no na if you don't get the services the way you want you'll keep on knocking that door pakonye kongonte gokuka what do you expect to gukira that's why okonyora abande bakuka babekeru bona baruzi hope patete gato to berno mwana ito And that one also comes down here, even to the governor. You saw several MCAs. They could not be able to speak their mind. When they say, I have a supplementary budget, but because you are not singing Etwani governor, you don't get the project you want. Project, understand? Because you raise something, get a renge, so people should be given freedom of speech. But when it comes to development, we speak we speak with one voice. So that umuntu wakonya no muntu yo mutakorensa. Yes.
Lakini ukagirete ngo ikaririria umugusiara cheko baka kungusana na era sere abajumbe aba MCA kwanyaranga nonye na nsemo ya ba governor. Ngo ikaririria orocha bakusibara ba.
No nje wetero kwegena kwa nembo atenga ya ikire bona se umugusia gochikopege ntekemo. Yeah, wanje to anja by the way. Ya ikire bona ga we by umugusia gochikopege ntekemo. And they've just opened their eyes. Bona ando chenga ba arorire. Because what I saw when our brother Freddy Achakuru Mumbu, I saw people were just underrating Freddy Kagocha. Turojinga abantu banyale ko receive. But what happened here? Egia to isiko na ankaha. And that one now, it has made even the government now woke up and with enga kinochoreo chakakore bintoga. You will even see the president himself kagocha gusika. Kagocha watenga na balenta ireke na balenta ireke. That is the reason mono keraira mo igorito morangu aminyoka to kuchimat akabeke binte binko. So one thing I want tigaba jumbe baita bachamo, despite the fact mpati kibale nkaibale tigaba chamo ditangani 2 years yechitigarete barata yosengo torentara bale bintu. Yeah, but the fact of the matter
biganchira kibiko gendera kolete singinche kero bago tenge mechange yegendete gochanga ngane nchire moyo kwirani okoboko hoko irani ko bado magendera atari ko
rosa no ko sera bago to sera back. It is our tax bago to sera
kunga kibono ko chiko konyo mu Kenya.
Yeah. That's why now tebia let them give us net tibati to ensu. Yeah, ikene kibono again because chibese chiri. Yeah, chibese chiri bago to anecha. You see chibese chiri, it will be used. It will never be used as we expect. Let them bring tangible things. When somebody spent 48 million, the budget was Kasudi, it was 48 million. How much chigo to grow? 10 million. What is it that the state still can organize now? Whatever to 110 million, but this is what we've bought for these people. Why we but to abangina to abalentera chimashine cho chicharani. Kwa hulu kwa sababu ngina to abalentera ebintu biraba konye mugondo. Yeah, because the literally kero serikali nkibate beta bakorera abantu ba improve amangana agriculture by giving them amoyo baba embusuro.
Ndugu ati unabona abantu aboda boda.
Yes.
Barafunga kibara konye.
Sina chipiki. Yeah, gusaba ego.
Gusaba tanga gusiba unchore ba boda boda ambayo ba isaine kwa wa chipiki buna bali beto ime ya capture.
Okay, mbaro, but let me tell you mbaro abange sana. But what I'm saying, I've seen those graduates from being a boda which brain is he using? Because the way I could reason never say it's not about discipline with that resources. So the problem got to come on to chibesa cash. Cash. You are not supporting people. For sure. Get things that you can be able to give. Omanyana kiu empower abantu baitu. Understand? In fact, the best empowerment again ngora teba. Somi abana. Let education be free. Tiganto baitu bae kwa masomo.
Okukwana education ko free ekero rutana ndaba jumbe bagenderete kurigiriria ande chibesa chiako so asi wizara echisemi chiko keigwa.
No, yes. You know, this is what Kibaki did. What did Kibaki do? Eto yakanire kerenga kia moi bono tukatika kuyakanira, we got it free. Akanyi extend yakava to the university and to the secondary schools. Now this is something other countries are doing. Education is free. Go to Libya. Before Gaddafi died, those guys used to enjoy. You could go to school, finish campus, get employment. You get even paid before. Almost 50% of what you're supposed to be paid. According to your education. But you can be able to give you something to do. 50%. That is heart. Yeah, yes, yeah. Kenya is one of the richest countries, being told. It can feed our neighboring countries. Where are these resources being mismanaged? Utaka kurusio butaka, if the president today agrees that inko eradicate yaro butaka, he will do that. But the problem is, a man eat man society. God for us all. Very good. Wano mwanya bantere enda kora hata yakiro monta tigeta chire. Tominyo kasi nyasaye twins. Yes.
Bono nekiro togucha gukura ndocenga ebiro byatunyorikema nekiro tukurira abajumbe bono tugwate kwanira umujumbe kurwase urugungu rwa Gusii okogenda ikaransa ase bunge yetu kwanyora nga apa Gusii bade michande ikolero kurwe myaka emingi yaerire bono imichande iri nero ikonya kuirorera gose konya comment kanekira asekero machiko kiguse policies kiechiga miswada kiera abasa kubiko bosyo we bunge eyo irakonye omo Gusii.
To be very honest, another thing the problem is, first of all, it is as the mwananchi. Understand? If you want to elect a leader, utageta oseru. Two, nayo muntu mutangani kere kwa seru kwirani the same person utarenge kokokonya. Utari go take a concerned imechando yaino. People should come to a point where you are realizing chibesa naboko lichio muntu, because kero ko lichibesa chomo jumbe, what do you expect him to do? He want to return his money back. Chiria tumiete arana kia konyora, because if somebody is getting like 250 million as a constituency, what if he says that then you know see 20% was 30% every time paka ko lichukura, he'll get his money. But the problem ni on lichiko na tutema kubeka, still our parliament and our way of doing things, it is the same. Parliament is rotten. They just get influenced by the president. By it, the same thing. So these people should be like in that. They need to be curtailed in a way by ensuring kero kwa chorumu no mojumbe. Manyegazi yao, mandate yao nelichiko. Whereby the broader problem is omojumbe bona kai karanstensa alia. He has no end feeling ngo mwananchi yoregaiga mwananchi bwate Gusii ni mbwenta kama konya. They reason the same way. That's why I can be able to say there is no miracle turakore will change that kind of notion yaba jumbe baito go leaders baito to choret until totike ko basabirira. Yes.
Nekero go kompegesa kukyomo Gusii go cha service kubinde kwa rore nga chinse motinde ni ge bintu biko irwaroro akanyaranga ebintevia. Lakini gego cha igagusiga baraiba batwara baira makonda ali bakwana kwa nebintu iga babura turi ko feel impact yo gocha
because even the president
no Gusii otamanye tige ntata getukuru asesere
abantu bago to sabera
kusena
abantu bago to sabera
abo go sabana no bago sabana
bali go to sabera bago cha bali ndali bachi go bend state house bali go to sabera minto by the way yeah bali go to sabera bai karansamo kera bako rugari because the president kera ko changu baterenga we nataka mheshimiwa Osoro nataka tuwafanyie nini Kisii ama we Jafet tunataka tuwafanyie nini Kisii because these are leaders na bwaba no gari baito. Understand now? So you will even get omojumba katete karansa gako na barabu, but these people when you have some of them they are not even willing to part by karansa na da meta kora nyama kokai karansa na bajumbe but they can take them then basugume Gusii yetu. What happened? Oba mobwe wa kwet bona omobebe gocha normally if a member of parliament today asirima momo hapo you will see all of them there. Solidarity is there. Let them have that solidarity too. Amagendo yo mwananchi na kubasugumere bintu bice na tu una ntu muno mu Gusii tutu aro monto yo mu tokwanira tubwata kero monto nkugarega. Yeah, that's why we need Fred acha atukwanire. Yes. Na
tukurira chi serikali chi county chi gaibere Njirate iyo aba governor baito barakoreta aro yabo gocha kwenyorera amagendo ekiagira ekiroro chinga ensi ya Kenya asama tukaiga onye tukurwana tugotema kurwanira abantu bawo asugo kwana buya no murayi bwense magendo tawo ikirana korore mu governor we county ya Siaya Muskeje Msorengo akaimuka ne timu yae agateba ngabono bakambe kamarunse go chali state house nyara gusaba magendo Gusii iga ntubwati muntu ranyara kwimuka gesa kwekyo
amatikero renga koraigo kero renga koraigo Orengo is very loyal to Raila. Raila takunyara as we speak and he knows that is in a bedroom ya Raila. You can't go against Mwakoli. But what Orengo did is just prayed loyalty as a Mudosio Yole Raila. For him to have done that is a discussion maybe babu atere no mwana noe. But what comes here chigava na chetu. Have you ever seen Mheshimiwa Simbarati no Mheshimiwa Nyalibo? bagoikaransa borongeiga batebe tuenda babere tuchigosabera bagusie bintu. The only thing that you normally hear them complain, Senator Mbara sukuma pesa, kusentura mentu pesa. But chibese chigocho mwana mintu ndatenko bori chonsi pikera chigocho. In fact, no national government is not supposed chibese chiriago toa as chigocha Kisii County. We need to see very big change as a county. 14 billion. Russia, the current expenditures, total 60%. Remain chibese chiri. Kaikere constituency 500 million. You will see a very big change. But now, digera Kisii County, onso's revenue yabo, no makosa yako chakira. Onso's revenue, no ba koli chibesa kwa umuntu akoli chibesa chia parking, umuntu akoli chibesa chi sticker chiri chi biashara, umuntu akoli chibesa pak
it's your job.
Yes.
Yes.
That is where bwana okwenda CRF account yaito kwanyoranga gento nkeyo. And you see na maskani yetu kera gocha, na kera kwanyoranga improvement ino asama ngana onso's revenue. Mwanyere iziri. Kisii County revenue yabo iri nene more than what is being put on the asebitabo. Parking yaito. Chi says vijuka bako na chakurua sema hata chi nyinge. Chi permit ga kerengo tamakuri yento keria. Kisii County gets all nyagita alimo inoga. Huh? That's why you have a problem. Chi basi nenga bako na nyagita alimo ina. Gava na data 200 million. Have you ever seen that thing on Asekaratas? It is just to go kwana, but go to the reality. It is not there. Understand? What are they picking cross parking? They say that they were doing 20 million. It's supposed to be done more than that. But what is being recorded now? 20 million. Parking kusiengema.
Na gukora ndo tinga tinsemo tiga tinya kitari chale tiro bokongo. Njira te yogo semura itayere oranyare kurigereria njira ti our health facilities chiranyare kuba improved.
You see, the universal health care, it is very mandate, it's the backbone of everything.
Yes.
But what's the problem? Bantu atiyanda. Our NHIF, it has been killed. Normally it's the nation, it is the that's what we are going to national NHIF, that is National Insurance Hospital Fund. That is Canadian national, it means 80%, in fact 90%. Money should come from the government to go fund Yamagentake. But it's becoming opposite. Now the president expected to say as a more again. That's why we have a problem. And this thing, Yasha, this is a business. It is a money laundry thing. Genda nyakitali ende onspewone. Obugate bilia almost 50. You'll be told to pay 10,000, 20,000. In fact, they'll pay for you 10,000. Which type of empowerment? Which type of help is that we expect to Still, that is where you've seen death rates more people are dying. Abantu montai kunyara kwerusi gali. Paka no enaye bone igane insurance yao. Take go cover where you expect. Bone that what is spinal problem. Okay, and that to go you'll have to cough much from your pocket. Yeah. So this thing is not assisting. No, I know it is not assisting. You can't go to a private hospital. You go to the public, nothing. Yes, our hospitals are just looking
Philip, kwana engana ya oyo mwelio gusi your parting shot nene muno iguru ya economic empowerment programs ichigachigendrete erinde tunyale gukura
nchego za bantu baminto barayibaito please ka abantu net tigakongera abantu chinsu. That's what I can be able to say. Ka abantu baito net tigakuba ensu. That is how you can be able to assist. 10 million taliban sanke nyore byombe nande nchuno yangu sine mara gatatu. Lakini nyore byombe tobibe bintu birabakonye. Chibe zirimo okuru chigendera kuru unga no mochango. Chine chibe chiko ene mebuko yabantu naende nokoro maene with time abantu bamintu. Bese chunchiri wikera abantu baronge. So what I want to say, we have nothing in personal with you. Please, konya abantu baita senjera era abakonya moche kwenyoro. Ikiyoka nakinda batikira. N'abantu baminto na inu chora barayi nekerengo. Tiyo choro mora just because yabasera. N'abayiboli baito akiti yako nara kwikaransanse asoka gusiringi 100 ose 200. Bese ite ko konya se 500 moche.
Kera bago zero mbavu ata.
na mukonyeria lakini murengereria antu amini nina antaba ya
mbia mona sana moncho muligire oyo Philip Nyachoti etemetinga inkina ndo guchu hakora apart from kuri mangana siasa
apart from mangana siasa ngokora ndi biashara bya ne bikego byoko ni kigali ne company ya Isuzu na nkonyoraga commission kane kuru
mbia mona sana moncho muligireria oyo Nyachoti nere ori gotokonya ritukoria rero kuligireria emechango anemona emeroberiga ya serikali igendete gukora as constituency ao me yense ya Kenya kubwa mono narari ali agenderete kusena ki yabeire mbitambo kiroki byanyare ko imukiwa igoro y'emechango yo aiga ase orogongoro kusi nabo igona ki yakonyire mwanya getinge wikira agabo nongo chigokora umuroberio obwetwani ya Getembe ase ritukiriga ria rero nguruko Matildah Obaigwa kendera gutwara obuligiriro via ime ya Getembe TV chingaki chionsi
Etwani yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbale njara uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandege uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandege
Superstores nero eduka asorgo ngurigarua South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati rolling mills yuko yabwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura chagwirigiriye amabati anda unsialia utagete showroom ya Etwani go engale eyurengia na boigo ekogokie riso yao chingaki ogoswasa yigakurigiriya amabati aiga ntobwate etime tembo abo bagokolemiremo ase showroom yiga babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho tebererie kende kensi uraganie bagotebererie company ya mabati rolling mills iko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuare ye chikala ao na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges ao bunabono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asbigo babwate boomerang ayuare aye chigage emeronge tato asama mabati alia ye chigage emeronge bere na isaro na isato babwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana roman jinko na boigo web design babwate ligani kabwate chikala bunabone lia chako gray brick red tile red maroon sky blue na boigo na green obutambe bwe mabwate liga niko bokolengana amo nukanya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi boigo ebyo ochikunyara kabo gutumika chinga cyo gwakeranya mabwate liga ase nyumba yao tutari lero ase Ouru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabwate yo akomenya segeka ayo guchanye warrant na boigo ayo urakoberwa ikasure asubwango edukenyiga ya Ouru Superstores yegotoka se nyumba ya Ouru complex imiyumucho yigo busongo iyo erange neduka ya Safaricom boigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ere ange nebengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera sete namba chabo 0111161500 Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani. Ne noganye gukorerwa live streaming ase chipejo cha social media cha Getembe nubwate imishangirikano ya gisiasha amatanga chinyangi chibirthday mesangirikano y'ichikanisa baby shower anniversaries gose ekinyoro kinyomo inyangi usuko kwa kuyomino imidiga ao munabono housewarming parties engagement parties igatie binde bige bono Getembe Television Network nero ego kwayiga ashiriguririo gutugutera ninchwe omurikiri wigiye masege munaba manyi baitabo bare no bamanyi baiguro nigeti tibwate signal ere enkongo yigwikira abantu bange asubunge asamange onye kuganitie omurikiriwe nabukulika jumbenge wigwitira semeria WhatsApp usiku ya Kisii migwitira namba 0741499726
Yobomboli umwanone kiririane
amasomo nanine obumanyi nabuborairire omwana okogendera asamatuko ali busyo ne aye omwibuli kwabire gukuriye sukuru asoraire omwana anyorera obumanyi nanene w'ikikosi cy'amaboko muretekero ka Technical Training Institute elyo aibunduse kikosi ao igaiga ntubwate kikosi bnabono elya ya Building and Civil Engineering asetokobundisa Building Technician Level 5 na Level 6 Civil Engineering Level 6 Building Arts and Masonry Level 4 Plumbing Level 4 na Level 5 Carpentry and Joinery Level 4 Land Survey Level 5 na boigona Level 6 egatie chinde chinyinge kubundisa tore boigo ekosa Electrical and Electronics Engineering ase tokobundisa Electricity Installation Electrical